The Garrett Beats.
Hey guys, welcome to another video from Riftboards. Today I'm super happy and super excited because I can pump my brand new coat foil S1725. There it is. I pumped it once before at the 1001 Wave event organized by Tom Saylor. So again, Tom, thank you very much for the organization of this epic event. It was just a blast at Lake Zurich. I think there were over 150 people just pumping around, testing the gear from Code and also from Indiana. And yeah, the Code for gear is just outstanding. As you might know, I'm a coat foil ambassador since a few weeks, and fuck, I can't find my car key. Come on, where is it? Yeah, I'm an ambassador. I could test the S1300 this summer at Lake Silvaplana, and after a ride, I fell in love. I was out with the power ring, and this foil is just next level. I've never been riding something like this, and it was exactly what I needed. So then I wrote Code foil that I'm from Riftboards, and then yeah, I became an ambassador and super excited. So I have a 80 centimeter mast for pump foiling, for winging, for power winging. I have now the 1725S. I've got the my main wing for power winging, the 1300S. Then I've got the 980S. That's my wing foil wing. This one is amazing. So fast. Super nice in the turns. And I've got also my kite foil wing. Never used that before, so I will test it in Sardinia. The 615S. And I've got two back wings, the 135R and the 150AR. And I've got a short and a medium fuselage, and now I got from Tom the 120R to test on this pump foil, and the ultra short fuselage, the XS, extra small. And today I will compare the Code 1725 with the extra short, the short and the medium fuselage, and I will go with the 120 and 135R back wing. I think I will leave that at home, or I will take it, but I think I won't use it. So I will test this thing, and I've got also some exciting news here. It's another mast, but it's not out yet because it's a little bit longer than a normal mast. It's a 95 centimeter mast, especially for kite foiling. So can't wait to ride this beauty. That will be epic. Unfortunately, I don't have a cover for it, but I will wrap it in a towel. So now, think a little bit. I need my boots. I need my neoprene. Then I need my towel. And then I have got my 360 camera with a self-made ultralight carbon handle, a floatable carbon handle. It's less than 80 grams, super light, perfect for pump foiling, but not foldable. Then my microphone, Oculus wallet, my keys. Yeah, but still missing my car key. Helmet, always ready the helmet. This one, but where is my fucking car key? My normal key, my phone. Ah, here we go. Yes, now let's go. So now I arrived at the spot. There's a small lake and here's my setup. So I will start with the medium fuselage, the longest one, and then I will change to the small one and then to the extra short, and I use the 120R tail wing. And at the end I will use my own, the 135, just to compare. For you, maybe interesting, the wingspan is 1 meter 28 centimeters. So and the arrow is 1725 square centimeters. I have no idea about the volume of the front wing, and I've also no idea of the thickness, but the key feature for me is it has a wide chord. It's 19 centimeters here, but the profile is rather thin of this front wing. So that means it is fast, and it also has a good amount of lift and a low stall speed because of the wide chord. And it has an S profile, the lower section, so the profile goes in and out a little bit, so that gives the profile much more lift. And also the leading edge here is kind of sharp compared to other front wings. Let's see, so I have also my GPS watch here, and I will track the maximum speed I can get out of this front wing. I'm using the plus mast, 80 centimeters, and my pump foil board, 90 centimeters by 41 centimeters. So it's fucking cold. I forgot to use a down jacket on my rain jacket, and I'm cold now, and I think it won't get better. So there's also a little bit of wind, and it's small rain. It's in Switzerland we call it fuselages, and yeah, it's ugly, but hurry up and then let's go. So now I'm gonna switch the internal microphone of the camera, so I'm sorry if the audio is a little bit worse than now, but I can use my small microphones on the water. So now I'm using the medium fuselage, and the pumping cadence is super. It's not that super high pumping, it's a low pumping, and you change some speed. Got maximum speed of 110 kilometers an hour, so definitely wrong. Go for a new one. Yes, delete it. Start again. So speed. So now top speed is 19 kilometers an hour, so pretty fast. Try. Burns well, pops well, pumping cadence is great on the medium fuselage. For a beginner, I think it helps if you have a bigger stabilizer. The 120 is small. It's even on the long even on the long fuselage, it's still very pitchy. And I think if you have a shorter fuselage, it's getting too pitchy, and you also create a lot of drag because the back wing always goes up and down, and also the longer fuselage is creating some drag. So I think you will pump better on a short fuselage and maybe go for a little bit bigger tail wing. But I'm using no shims, not on the board, not on the foil, so it is how it came out from the factory. So now let's change the small fuselage, no, the XS. Now I'm on the extra small fuselage, and it's stupid with the helmet and the camera, it's not comfortable, but it's better than holding it in my hands. And now I have to try here. So interesting. You need more speed. You get a lot more lift on the medium fuselage, and even when you are super slow, you can easily get up, get some speed. And now I was a little bit slow, and I felt the foil was stalling under my feet. So definitely not easier than on the medium. But also on the medium I needed 2 tries to get going. So here, second try. And you have to know it's a new foil, so I pumped it just once before. So I have no idea how it actually works. So now a little bit more speed and then fast pumps. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, so much harder. Holy shit. I never thought that it would be such a big difference. But on the medium, I could easily recover it. And now, I was always struggling the whole time. Wow, that's interesting. Super cool to know. On a small back wing and extra small fuselage, you need so much more speed to get going. I just couldn't recover it. I pumped maybe 20-30 times and I just couldn't get going. I'm not sure if I need smaller pumps or 1 or 2 super big pumps. Oh, big learning today. It's amazing, because normally I just had the my Indiana Condor XL before with one fuselage, and I'm just getting used to it, and it worked, and I never experimented with other fuselages. And also my kite race Chubonga foil has just one, it's one complete glider, so I can't change there anything else. So wow, interesting. Now let's go again. So now I really want to pump back to the land and then change to the bigger tail wing. I want to keep the small fuselage, but want to have the bigger tail wing. See the difference, but why is it so difficult? I'm foiling since 10 years, so it should be possible. And with the medium it was so easy, even on the small tail wing. Oh, now I have it. Oh, hard work. Wondering if I'm faster. I have to delete the session. Yes. Now when you're up on foil, it's not a big difference. Way more pitchy, but the cadence is the same. I think pumping cadence is quite the same, but it's so pitchy. I also think if you want to make a foot slide, want to sit down, it's not the easiest fuselage. So now let's change to the bigger tail wing I have. Then let's see the difference. But I think for me, I have not been riding it, but I think the S fuselage and my bigger tail wing, I think that will be the sweet spot. Haha! Easy! Oh, much more stability, and I think I have to do slower pumpings, less movement, and it's easier to pump on a bigger tail wing. Oh yes, I can pump so much slower and I still have the glide. I can carve. Yeah, that's it. Now let's switch the small fuselage and have a look if it's the better combination. Whee! Oh, that was a game changer. The bigger tail wing. It was so much easier to pump. Oh my gosh. I could pump slower, and also I didn't use the same force, and I think otherwise it's not a big difference. So now let's go to the medium fuselage. No, to the small fuselage with the bigger back wing. That's my personal combination I have at home. So that's the combination I will use in the future, because the extra small fuselage, I got it from Tom. Thanks a lot, Tom. And also the small stabilizer, it's not mine. I have to send it back on Monday, just for the test here. Oh yeah. That's the easiest combination now. But I feel a little bit more friction, and it's not that easy to pump compared to the extra small fuselage, but it's way easier. And still turning. Yeah, it turns slower for sure, but it turns fast enough. So you get a lot of lift on the S fuselage, bigger tail wing. I think you have to shim it a little bit, then it would be perfect. But otherwise now I'm freezing, I'm cold, so time to finish with a nice car. So you get a lot of lift on the S fuselage, bigger tail wing. I think you have to shim it a little bit, then it would be perfect. But otherwise now I'm freezing, I'm cold, so time to finish with a nice car. Didn't test the 150 AR, and I really prefer this one compared to this one while power winging on the S1300, because I can pump much easier with less effort on the 150 AR compared to this one. On this one I just need more speed, and to get going, to get up and fall on the power wing, it's super cool to have a fall that lifts up very early at low speed. So now I'm gonna test this one, and as you can see, it has a little bit less span but a little bit more cord. So now I'm gonna mount this one here and have a final test on this one. But actually I should stop, because water temperature is maybe 12 to 13 degrees. Air temperature is around 9 degrees, and I'm freezing, so cold. My wetsuit has some hole, and every time I fell on the water I feel the water coming inside. So the final tests. Yeah, now time for the final conclusion of the test. So I have to get my head together to remember everything. But I tested extra small, small, medium fuselage. I tested the 120R, 135R and 150AR stabilizer. Let's start from what's the easiest to pump to what's the hardest to pump. Easiest to pump, medium fuselage. Or maybe S fuselage, but medium is a little bit easier. You have a slow cadence to pump and a lot of control, not very pitchy. But that's just the fuselage length. It doesn't matter which tail wing, it's just the fuselage length. Medium is the easiest, extra small by far the hardest. It doesn't matter which tail wing you use. On the extra small fuselage, when you are slow and you start pumping again, you are fucked up. No chance. On the medium, you can pump 2 times and you're up on foil again and you can go on. The same on the small fuselage. There you notice a little bit the tail wing, but it's maybe a compromise between the medium and the extra small. The small is perfect all-rounder. It's easy to pump. You can dog start it, jump start it. It's not so hard, but it is harder than the medium. But it's easy, and when you use the small fuselage with a little bit bigger stabilizer, then it's easy again. Then the tail wings. Let's start with the smallest. The 120R. I didn't notice so much difference in terms of speed. So top speed was with all the fuselages and all the tail wings around 19 kilometers an hour. Maybe when you pump very high and super fast, then you get a little bit faster, but it was so glassy, sometimes I couldn't see how high I am on the foil, and so it was a little bit hard to say. And also my cheapest watch, because the surface of the water was so glassy, it jumped a lot, and sometimes I had over 200 kilometers an hour on my watch, so it's not so accurate. But when I measured it, I was looking at my watch, pumping, and I could see 16, 17, 18, 19, so I think that, yeah, that's an accurate range. The 120R is super pitchy on all fuselages. On the XS, it's so hard to pump. When you are slow, you have almost no chance to recover. So when you're pumping and you're slow, then you're gone. On the S, it's a little bit better, on the medium as well, but on all fuselages, the 120R is super pitchy. So it's definitely not my favorite tail wing, because when I'm pump foiling, here I'm pump foiling in super flat water. I have a perfect float out there, and it's not that hard to get going. But soon we are in Sardinia, and there we are pumping from some rocks into the waves, and you have the ocean swell and the waves going, and then the first maybe 4, 5, 6 pumps, they are super important, because when you fuck up these first pumps, then you're gone. Then you have to swim back, climb up the rocks, and you have the waves. So you want to have stable platform where you can start very easy. So the 120R is not this tail wing, but if you are super advanced pumper, then it's easy. And if you have flat water and good conditions and you just want to pump fast and turn nice and carve a little bit, it's okay. But also when you're doing the carves and when you're slow off the carve, it's not easy to recover. Then I used the 135R tail wing on all the fuselages, and here on the XS maybe I had the most fun. It was hard to pump, not so easy, not for a beginner, but for an intermediate to good pump foiler, it's kind of cool. It was cooler on the S fuselage, but there I might have to shim it 0.25 or 0.5 degrees. So I felt a lot of front foot pressure, and I think with a little bit shimming there, it will be a little bit faster and easier to pump and more fun. And on the medium fuselage, it was super easy. And then I pumped the 150 AR on the S fuselage, only on the S fuselage, because when I'm wing foiling with the 1300 with the power ring on the 1300, I compared my two back wings, the 150 and the 135R, and I really prefer the 150 because I have a much slower takeoff speed, and even in the waves it turned super nice, and when I had to pump it felt much more efficient. And also here on the S fuselage I felt the 150 AR easier and more fun to pump than the 135R. So the AR is just better. It recovers much better when you are in a curve, the wingtip is out of the water, and then you have to pump again. 2 pumps and you are up on speed again. And also jump start or dog start felt super easy. And it has a little bit less front foot pressure than the 135R. And yeah, when you're carving, you feel on the medium, you make super slow turns. It's not so easy to get the wingtip out of the water and turn and then have speed again. On the S, it's okay, I think perfect all-rounder, and on the extra small, it's the hardest. It's the most fun, but it's also the hardest. So, conclusion, and it's just my opinion. When you buy a coat foil, then don't go with the XS if you want a pump foil. No, I cannot say that. When you're only pumping flat water, then it's okay. And if you only pump fast and if you can run to start, then the XS is fine. But when you have to jump, when you have tricky conditions, go with the S or maybe the XS, the medium fuselage. Yeah, the S is the perfect compromise. And on the tail wing, don't go with the super small 120. Go a little bit bigger. Yeah. And also the 1725 S, very cool pump foil front wing. I wish they make this size on the R series. That would be a perfect foil for long distance pumping. On the S, you pump not so long. Maybe my longest pump today was maybe 2 minutes, and yeah, it was okay, but I don't think I will go for super long distances. But pumping, carving, doing turns, pump again, that's perfect. It's a perfect pump foil. And yeah, I'm super happy to have now 1 brand, 2 masts, 4 front wings, and I can change everything and find my perfect setup. And I don't have a specific pump foil, I don't have a kite foil, I don't have a wing foil, I don't have a foil for powering. So I have 1 brand and it covers everything with just 4 front wings. Or maybe you can go with 2 or 3 front wings if you don't have the budget. Yeah, now a lot of talking. Let's go home. See you in the next video. Don't forget to follow, don't forget to ring the bell so you get a notification when my next video is out. And yeah, I think next time we see us in Sardinia. Bye bye.